Hello, songwriters. Welcome to lesson 4. This week we are talking about rhyme schemes. In this lesson, our goals are to learn about the different types of rhyming, and then we're going to focus on how thinking about rhyme can actually make writing lyrics easier. So first up, we're going to go through all of the different types of rhyme, and we'll go through all of these in more detail after this. But there is perfect rhyme, slant rhyme, double rhyme, and rich rhyme. These are all ways that words can relate with each other. We're also going to talk about internal rhyme and end rhyme, and these are different ways of where we place the rhyme in the structure of the song. And not technically rhyme, but we're still going to hit on it a little bit because it's related and useful in a similar way. There is consonants and assonance. So let's go through these. We're going to start with perfect rhyme. And perfect rhyme is probably what you think of when you think of rhyming, right? They are words that end with the same sound. So if we're rhyming with cat, we got hat, bat, flat, at, spat, rat, sat, right? Any of those. All perfect rhymes, they end in that A-T same sound. Same vowel sound, same consonant sound. So, moving to slant rhyme. Slant rhymes are words that are close to a perfect rhyme, but not quite. And a lot of times they're going to work in your song in the same way. The trick here is that the vowel sound is more important than the consonant sound. So if we're rhyming with cat, right, we want to keep that A sound the same. We could slant rhyme, crack, cap, extract, pad. Pad's a little bit washier, but it could still work, right? So the vowel sound is more important, but that consonant, as long as it's a similar consonant, it'll work out. Double rhyme is pretty fun, and there's a lot of different types of double rhymes. So double rhymes are two pairs of syllables that rhyme in the same order, but the tricky thing is that words can be reused in that. So if we're rhyming with hey now, a double nine could be say now and repeats that now at the end of the phrase. And you hear this a lot in songs. If the line ends with a one syllable word, they'll actually rhyme that second to last word to make more interest there. But you could also do hey now, hey cow. I don't know why you'd say hey cow, but it would be a double rhyme. But you could also change both the words, say wow. Right? So double rhymes are really fun. If you listen to hip hop or rap music, you're going to hear these all over the place. They make your lyrics feel really fluid. They kind of have this like cleverness to them. But yeah, a lot of fun to be had there. So rich rhymes are two words that sound the exact same, but have different meanings. And we can use these lyrically like a rhyme. So, right, we have there, and there, peak, peak, and peak, praise, praise, and praise. So these can work in a song like a rhyme, even though they sound exactly the same. Again, this is going to be more common in kind of like wordplay heavy genres like rap and hip hop, but you can use this in any genre and it should work out. So end rhyme and internal rhyme are more about where the rhymes are positioned in the line rather than the actual rhyme themselves. So you could have end rhyme that is slant rhyme, or you could have like internal slant rhyme, right? These aren't mutually exclusive. So end rhyme is what we're going to see most of the time, right? This is the rhyming is put at the end of the line. So look over there at that cat and looking mighty fine in that hat, right? This is kind of what we expect. Internal rhyme is going to put rhymes within the musical line, the lyrical line. So we have look at the cat with the hat. He just caught a rat. Easy as that, right? So you have a little more of this kind of like rapid fire feeling to internal rhyme if you want to use it, right? Rhymes don't need to just be at the end of the line. You can rhyme as much as you want through it. So consonants and assonants are similar concepts that we can use in our lyrics. Consonants is the repeating of a specific consonant sound. So my favorite example of this is from a song called A Song Dedicated to the Memory of Stormy the Rabbit by a band called AJJ. Their full first verse of this song is just full of repeated F sounds. So a little bit of that is 4 fortnights I have fled from my fortress, foraging forests 5 footsteps in length, right? F's everywhere in it. And they go on and have even more. It makes a really distinctive sound to your line. your listener is going to know that something very intentional is happening with that repeated consonant sound. Assonance feels a lot like slant rhyme or internal rhyme, where it is a repetition of a vowel sound. So like when we were talking about slant rhyme, how the vowel sound is really important, you might have a line that focuses a lot on an O or an ah, and you try to find as many words that have that ah in them over and over again. It's important to notice that in both of these, the sound of the consonant or the vowel is way more important than how it looks when it's spelled out, right? We don't want it to look like it rhymes on the page, but then we say it and we realize that it doesn't rhyme. So make sure that as you're writing, you're saying things aloud and making sure that they sound right, right? Rhyme scheme is the pattern that rhymes are arranged in. And the way we talk about this is with letters representing each of the specific rhymes. So let's go into example. This is from The Dock of the Bay by Otis Redding, which is a fantastic song. And we're going to do a little bit of a rhyme scheme analysis right now. So we got sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting when the evening comes. Those rhyme. And so we see that those rhymes. So sun comes. And we're going to say that un sound is our A. And you can tell right here, it's a slant rhyme, right? We have you, un, and but because that vowel sound is similar, it works. Watching the ship sail in and again, we're going to call that our B rhyme. Sitting on the dock of the bay, away, bay, that's our CCC. Wasting time. And ends. Time doesn't have a rhyme, it's our D. So if we wanted to talk about what the rhyme scheme pattern of this is, we could say it's A, B, B, C, 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 D. And why that's helpful to us is if we wanted to write another passage that was related to this, so we could use that same rhyme scheme and it would feel unified because of that similarity. So how can thinking about rhyme make writing lyrics easier? When I started writing lyrics, rhyming just felt like this whole other burden that I had to take on. Like I have to figure out what to say and I have to like force it into a rhyme, and it was a lot. It was very overwhelming. But after writing for a few years, I realized that that's kind of backwards to it, that rhyming actually makes things easier in some way. And like I've talked about a few times, that when you can write anything at all, it's very hard. So what rhyming does is it narrows the scope a little bit. So I have two techniques that I'm going to demonstrate for us that really help me when I'm writing songs and are really focused on rhymes. And I call these word banking and working backwards from the rhyme. So let's go demonstrate that. All right. So here I just have a blank doc going, and what we're going to do first is we're going to build our word bank. So what word banking is when we think of a theme of a song that we want to do, we're going to think of just some related words. So if I wanted to write a song about being outside on a nice summer day, what are some words that come to mind with that? I could say sun, I could say heat, I could say maybe breeze, I could think maybe we're getting tan. So if I'm building out my word bank, I'm going to think about some words that will rhyme with these. So for sun, I could think fun, I could think run. So if I wanted some more, I could pull up an online rhyming dictionary, maybe like Rhyme Zone, and look at this, and I could say sun. And it's going to give me all of these rhymes with sun. Now, we don't want all of them. If we just copy and paste this into our word bank, we are not helping ourselves. But what we want to do is we want to think about what are some of these that might be useful in our song. Maybe one, let's see, maybe done. So we just want to add the words that would make sense to our theme, right? We're not probably going to talk about a shotgun in a song about summer and being outside, right? So we want to leave that out from our list and clear it off. But we can do this for all of our words. And what we do is we build up our word bank. So I'll go ahead and do that. Let's see what we get. Okay, so we have our word bank built up with some words that might fit into our song, that have a similar theme of being outside, being it being outside in the summertime. And what we're going to move on to is the second technique, which is working backwards from the rhyme. And what we're going to do here is we're actually going to start with rhymes that we like. So if I want, let's just say we think about our rhyme scheme. I want my rhyme scheme pattern to be A, B, B. And I'm going to start with this, and we're going to say, I like heat and concrete. And I like sun and done. And what we're going to do is now we're going to think, how do we work our way up to these rhymes? So we can start with a really basic line of maybe land under a tree, get out of the sun, right? Now I have that one line. I want to figure out, how do I move from that to something that's done? So maybe we're talking about the worries of the week are done. This could just be like a weekend chillin' song. I like that. Breathe out and doze off. The week is done. All right, now we're moving to our B pair. So now we want heat and concrete. Breeze in the shade. They keep off the heat. And we're going to say, no smell I love more than the summer concrete. I do really like the smell of summer concrete. It's a good smell, underrated smell. But this process maybe took me less than 5 minutes, and we have a starting place to go from our song. Obviously, as with everything in this process, we can change this. We can come back and tweak it. We can refine it as we go. But getting that starting place is sometimes the hardest thing. And so that's what we're getting here. So we're going to wrap up the video here. I hope this helped everybody kind of start thinking a little more seriously about rhyme and see it as a beneficial thing, right? It's not as scary as it might seem when you start. All right, guys, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.